Hello and welcome Universe Mode. This is ECW. But more to the point, this is the final ECW where we have to contend with none other than Diamond Dallas Page on this roster. That is right, DDP will embark on his final ECW show before he is humiliated at SummerSlam by none other than Seth Rollins. However, it seems as if we are going to have to contend with Page here tonight because it is Wyatt family night for the two men who will meet in the 3 stages of hell. Diamond Dallas Page got the unlucky end of the stick. What a shame for him by having to take on none other than the undefeated and the man who has defeated him before to boot as well, Braun Strowman. That'll be coming right after Diamond Dallas Page reveals his choice for the 3 stages of hell match, which he got lucky enough to win last week. Then for our main event, it is going to be Aleister Black versus Seth Rollins. Why is this the main event? Because this is a main event caliber matchup. This is 2 potential champions coming out of SummerSlam, going one-on-one in the main event. Deserves to be the main event, and therefore it shall be the main event. With that being said, we have got to start things off with Diamond Dallas Page running his mouth about how he won last week and blah blah blah. Let's just get to whatever choice he's got for us. Oh, here he comes. Look at him, so eager to get to the ring. Running to the ring here just to rub it in the face of the Auckland crowd. Well, we knew we'd have to contend with it one of these days. We knew we'd have to deal with one of his victories. And it seems we've got to do that right here and right now. Come on, let's get to it. Yep, there it is. I won. I'm so good. I'm the best. Blah, 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 blah. Tyranny, blah, 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 blah. Need to stop talking about yourself. That would be much appreciated, Diamond Dallas Page. But it seems if that's not the case. But we're all here for the same reason. What match have you got for us? Ooh. Oh, what an attempted cheap shot there by Diamond Dallas Page, saying that Seth Rollins is not man enough to put it all on the line, blah blah, falls count anyway. So be it, Page. That doesn't threaten Seth Rollins. I mean, it was you who resorted to the falls count anyway. It was you who resorted to using the outside tactics to lose your title at Money in the Bank. So if you wanna run your mouth and say that, he isn't man enough to face me, well, at least he's man enough to not bend the rules. But then again, there are no rules now. Who cares anyway? There's Page. I will fight until my last breath. I will give him my all to save this brand from tyranny and give you all a breath of hope. Yes. The same old we've heard from Diamond Dallas Page. His useless rhetoric about how he's going to save ECW from the tyranny, save it from blah blah blah, when in reality, Page, you are killing it more and more every day. You want to use this place to fill your own ego. But oh boy, here comes a man who doesn't care about what people have to say. Here comes a man who doesn't care about words themselves. It is none other than Braun Strowman, the man who is responsible for why Dean Ambrose isn't here tonight. The man responsible for making his fellow Wyatt family member Aleister Black's match at SummerSlam a whole lot easier. Braun Strowman heads towards the ring to do battle with none other than Diamond Dallas Page right now. Of course, the Beat the Clock challenge in its final week. The winner gets the 3rd and totally unnecessary final fall, because Seth Rollins, as we know, will only need 2 to put away Diamond Dallas Page. And what a spectacle that's going to be when Page is finally sent away and finally we are rid of the disease, of the cancer, of the killing of ECW. We are saved by Seth Rollins and we rid ourselves of Diamond Dallas Page. But before we get to that, Braun Strowman is going to do us all a favor and have his own hits. Wail away a couple strikes on Diamond Dallas Page. And I'm quite a fan of that, if you ask me. One half of the ECW Tag Team Champions, Braun Strowman, getting ready to destroy Diamond Dallas Page. This one underway. Page, of course, got the win last week over Chris Jericho and in the Beat the Clock challenge by the assistance of Jericho, taking a fall for him, because as we all know, Jericho could fight way harder than what he did last week, but he chose not to. As we focus on this matchup right here, what do we have for you later on tonight? Coming up after this, Apollo Crews. He's going to go one-on-one against the man who won in the main event last week, who actually, and I will give credit where credit is due, put on the better performance to pick up the win in that match. That was none other than Roderick Strong. Good opportunity for Crews to get his name out on the ECW map, and a great opportunity once more for Strong to prove that last week wasn't as much of a fluke as he wants it to be. Still was a fluke, though. Then we'll be determining the... Oh, okay, let me try English again. Then we will be determining the number one contender for Braun Strowman and Bray Wyatt's ECW Tag Team titles. That's going to be Chris Benoit and Dean Malenko against D.I.Y. Should be interesting to see which team gets the win of that one, which is going to go on and face the Wyatt family next week here on ECW. Then in a match, maybe a rematch, I'm not too sure about that one, but nevertheless, former Cruiserweight Champion Akira Tozawa is going to take on the current Cruiserweight Champion, the King of the Cruiserweights, Neville. First time we've seen Neville since he lost to Aleister Black a few weeks ago, actually, so he's got that going for him. And then for our main event, Aleister Black himself will go one-on-one against Seth Rollins. Another great match card, another stacked match card for you on the road to SummerSlam. The final stop for ECW before we get to SummerSlam, and we went way down south to New Zealand to bring this one to you. Because as I said, when Braun Strowman was making his way out, Dean Ambrose is not here tonight. He is recuperating at home after the attack Braun Strowman gave to him last week. And here right now, Strowman's looking to try and do the same to Diamond Dallas Page. Splash in the corner, he misses it. Oh my god, Strowman's going to go up to that second rope. No, he's not. Page sends him down. We've seen these two men, as I said, square off before WrestleMania. I think it was with Strowman picking up the win. And the strength there of Page to hit that diamond bomb on Braun. Can he put him away at 2 minutes? No, he can't. That is a 1 count. That is an early almighty 1 count as well. Braun Strowman now will take control of this one, launching him away there. And the monster among men is feeling totally in control of this one now once more. Oh, big boot! Clattered Diamond Dallas Page. Page is down and is giving no life response right. Oh, no, never mind, he is. What a shame. Page fighting back here as this match goes past 3 minutes. This has to be 3 of the longest minutes of Page's life. But trust me, time will tick by in the slowest way imaginable for Page this Sunday, when Seth Rollins picks him apart piece by piece, limb from limb, and takes home a 3rd ECW championship and goes home as well. Home to ECW, where Page will never visit again. Page, though, diamond cutter to Strowman. Surely this isn't enough to finish him off. Surely this isn't enough to break the undefeated streak of Strowman. No, it's not. The plan of action is simple for Page. He is at 4 minutes now. We're just about to close in on 4 minutes. He's got to try and beat Strowman now. I mean, that's easier said than done. Strowman's never lost in this universe. He's got to try and somehow do that and do it quick as well. Because then, well, I mean, Seth Rollins is going to have an even more difficult time against Aleister Black than what he's already in for. Strowman now turns him around and, oh, dumps DDP on his face. Of course, if DDP is to lose here tonight, then it will be null and void this time. And Seth Rollins will merely just have to defeat Aleister Black to get that 3rd and final fall. Focusing back on this match. Oh, there's another clattering big boot by Braun Strowman. Referee seeing if Page still has enough to carry on. I don't think he does. Strowman has him in. And the running power slam by Braun Strowman. Oh, beauty. You're going to be a beauty, aren't you? You're going to put a smile on my face. Cover by Strowman with 1, 2, 3. Braun Strowman beats Diamond Dallas Page in his final ECW match. And all it took him was 5 minutes. Thank you, Strowman. You are a lifesaver to ECW once more. You have given Diamond Dallas Page his final loss in an ECW ring. And Seth Rollins this Sunday will give him a final loss on the ECW roster. Beautiful. Music to my ears there. The theme of the Wyatt family. Well, job done. What more can I ask for? Thank you very much, Braun Strowman. You're the man. I'll sort that out. All we need Seth Rollins to do later on tonight is win. Aleister Black has lost once before. Let's see if it'll happen twice. But before that, we're going to move on to our next contest. That is Apollo Crews against Roderick Strong. This is just something about watching Diamond Dallas Page being the loser that he is, encapsulating that to a T and getting pinned. It just makes me really happy. It just puts a big smile on my face. I'm just reliving that thought again and again and again in my mind right now. The thought of Diamond Dallas Page falling to that power slam and getting pinned 1, 2, 3. What more can I ask for? Oh, I know. Seth Rollins to win this Sunday at SummerSlam, but I don't need to ask for that. Because Seth Rollins that's just like an extra gift to Seth Rollins. He's like, oh, you don't need to ask for any favors. I'll just do it for you. Don't you worry. And that is what he will do exactly come this Sunday. Lovely jubbly indeed. But right now we focus away from Diamond Dallas Page. Hooray. And we focus instead on Apollo Crews and Roderick Strong. Crews, who has made one appearance on the ECW roster. It was a chance to go to Money in the Bank. He wasn't pinned in that fatal 4-way, but of course, he didn't get the win in it either. And he's taking on a man who picked up a very, very strong win, pun intended this time, over Seth Rollins last week to deny Rollins the opportunity to get that second fall of his choice at SummerSlam. But on top of that, of course, Roddy stretched out the time as well beyond the 7 minutes, 12 seconds or whatever it was that Diamond Dallas Page set, forced it to basically an extra 2 minutes. And yeah, Roddy Strong then, of course, he didn't pin him legitimately. You know, by legitimately, I mean hitting your finisher move 1, 2, 3. He rolled him up, but at the same time, Roddy got busted open bad in that matchup, and he still was able to go on for that victory. And I will say this now, from Seth Rollins and from myself, we were both very surprised by the victory, but we were both very accepting of the victory for Roddy Strong as well. It was a very, very good performance by Roderick Strong, and who knows, if he's able to pick up another win here over Apollo Crews here tonight, then maybe, just maybe, Strong could find himself being the first man in line for the ECW Championship after SummerSlam. We'll see, but Apollo Crews may want to say no to that, and he may want to get his name involved in this whole game. We shall see, but right now Roddy Strong has got off to a very, very good start. Apollo Crews, the well-rounded athlete that he is, you know, perfect strength, perfect speed, great agility as well, all coming out of this man. Certainly one to keep your eye on in ECW. If he was a little bit lighter as well, I mean, he is ranging about the 240 mark to be fair, and it's no surprise given the power move that he's able to execute. If he was a little bit lighter, he'd be able to, I think, really mount a challenge for Neville in that Cruiserweight Championship. Reverse suplex there for Roddy Strong, but he's quick to come back here. Uh-oh. Roddy got him in here. In trouble. Double underhook backbreaker there. Absolutely planted him down on the mat. And now here goes Roddy Strong, just picking away Apollo Crews, or trying to anyway, piece by piece. Apollo Crews not going to take too kindly to that one. Twisting neck breaker. And gassy. Oh dear. Oh, there's that enziguri once more from Roddy Strong. Just the way in which Crews falls to the mat after it just kind of shows how effective that maneuver is. Roddy now going to go up to the top rope here after that backbreaker. Elbow drop, and he nailed that one. In control right now is Roddy. Can he maintain that? Not right now. There's a counter by Apollo Crews. Look at the strength there, but it's only temporary. Roddy flips out of it. And a backbreaker. Great reversal there by Roddy Strong, and now he can capitalize. Here we go. Roderick Strong in position, ready to strike. Hits the double knee, gutbuster. There's the drop kick in the face. Apollo Crews, you fought valiantly. You tried to fight valiantly, but Roddy Strong is in a league of his own right now. Suplex backbreaker. Look at that on the replay. Tremendous flip. And then to just balance himself out to get those double knees into the back so quickly as well. Here's a cover by Roddy. And with 1, 2, he hasn't won it. Apollo Crews kicks out there, and now look, he's still got some fight left in him, and he's wanting to show that right now. Angle slam. Down goes Roddy Strong, and in yet more trouble he is here. Oh, there's that attempted enziguri by Apollo Crews, one of his own. But Roddy able to put out a great reversal there. Oh, and someone on Raw will have something to say about that from Apollo Crews, but look at how quickly he hit it, and he's able to slowly recover there and just about go into the pinfall on Strong, but Strong himself had plenty of time to recover. Crews now getting a little bit taunty, I suppose is the term for it. It's not the term for it, but you know, that's the term we're going to use now. Here goes Apollo Crews though. Look at the speed of Crews. Look at his ability to bounce back here in the corner, and oh! Right into that turnbuckle. Smashed into that turnbuckle as well. And now the back and forth by these two men. Oh, maybe stopped immediately. Tiger Bomb. And we all know what's coming up next again. A second one of these. Suplex. Backbreaker. There it is once more. This should be it. That one should be enough to finish off Crews. Rolls him into the, drags him into the middle of the ring even. Hooks that leg, and with 1, 2, 3. Wow. The heart of Apollo Crews is being demonstrated here. He is refusing to give up on Roddy Strong. And Roddy Strong may force him to give up here. Camel clutch. All the work he's done to the back here. And he is stretching it as well and pulling his neck into his back. And he forces the tap out. Roddy Strong going to unconventional or unknown methods for him. But all that damage done on the back, and his body which basically being pressured down on it. It finished the job. Crews just kind of gave his last breath really to kick out. And he had nothing left to give following it. There's a win for Roddy Strong. Is this the man who could challenge Seth Rollins coming out of SummerSlam? Maybe. I'll have to decide about that one. I'll give it a good thought, but I'm not promising you anything just yet. With that being said, great win for Roddy. Now we're going to move on to our next contest. It's time to determine who will be the #1 contenders for those ECW tag team titles next week. Will it be Benoit and Malenko? Will it be D.I.Y? Let's find out next. When looking at this match, there's one thing you have to realize when I'm kind of just going over it as a whole. It's that while both of these men, both these teams even I should say, are incredible wrestlers in their own rights, do they have enough to get a win? Do they have enough to get the job done over the Wyatt family? It's all well and good picking up a win here tonight, and it's all well and good doing a great enough job to be able to guarantee that win as well. But at the end of the day, is it enough? Is it enough to get a win over the team that matters, over Bray Wyatt and Braun Strowman? That is the real question. I said this last week, I think it was. Malenko is going to have a hard time if he's in the ring with Braun Strowman, without a shadow of a doubt. Benoit's probably going to have a hard time. It's all well and good saying, oh, what they could do against Wyatt, but you have to remember Braun Strowman's going to be there. And honestly, out of all of these men, the only one I could see giving Braun Strowman a hard time is Chris Benoit. But he could only do it for so long before he's thrown out of the mix by Braun Strowman. He just beat a 2-time ECW champion without even breaking a sweat, for crying out loud. It is without a doubt possible that it is going to be almost null and void during this match, because the winner will have to deal with such a difficult time. Will have to take on such a difficult opponent in the Wyatt family. But we'll see. Shocks have happened in this universe before, and shocks are bound to happen in the future. I mean, who could have predicted that Jinder Mahal would be Mr. Money in the Bank right now? Anyway, this is still to determine who will be number one contenders for those ECW tag team titles. And I know D.I.Y would love to bring on the gold, but so would Benoit and Malenko. They've only been together a short amount of time, though. D.I.Y have that tag team experience, but in the matches we've seen D.I.Y in, or the match that we saw them in 2 weeks ago, they showed some kind of weakness against the Usos. They made numerous mistakes that you wouldn't expect out of them. And it almost cost them the opportunity to become number one contenders, but I was nice, and I gave them the opportunity. Benoit and Malenko had to fight for theirs, and boy did they do that. Defeating 2 former world champions and a former tag team champion as well, in Shawn Michaels, and of course the other one being AJ Styles, to guarantee this match. But was that hard-fought tag team matchup last week all in vain? As will D.I.Y be the ones to go on to take the shot at the Wyatt family? Well, we're about to find out. Tag made early on here. Ciampa tagged in, and oh, what an elbow drop that was. Ciampa's 2017 got off to a flying start. You know, he was he cruising? No, I think he had lost the Cruiserweight Championship by that point, but still, he was one of the runner-up in the King of the Ring. And, you know, when you look at that, when you look at how the current King of the Ring, Kenny Omega's doing, you would expect that maybe Ciampa could be following somewhere in that suit, but of course he isn't right now. But still, you would expect him to be doing somewhat well, but that isn't the case. And yeah, ever since that King of the Ring final, it's not really gone the way for Tommaso Ciampa. Something that he may wish he could have turned around, but these things happen, I suppose, is the only real way to put it. Counter there by Dean Malenko once more. He's going to look for this German suplex again, and he connects with it. Down goes Tommaso Ciampa. Out of 1,000 holds. Certainly trying to keep down the faster Tommaso Ciampa, the psycho killer that he is. Tag made though, back in comes Gargano, and they're going to flip it around here. The same double team move, but the different way around. No elbow pad for Gargano, so that is pure forearm colliding into the jaw of Dean Malenko. Thing is about D.I.Y is because they are so well versed with one another as well. Their moves are in the same aspect, so similar as well. Looking for the Tiger Bomb now. What a counter by Gargano! Now that is an expert counter by a man who has travelled the roads, by the man who knows how to pull out a counter to a move like that. What a great move there by Gargano. Tag made now. Back in comes Tommaso Ciampa, the former Cruiserweight Champion. I mean, Ciampa's closing in on 12 months in this universe. His full calendar year, and if he was to capture a ECW Tag Team title, then I imagine that would make him quite happy. Well, we'll see if that can happen. Where they are right now, D.I.Y putting together a solid tag team outing against Benoit and Malenko. They are teaching them a thing or two, especially against Malenko. Now in comes the former World Tag Team Champion, one half of, course, the longest reigning World Tag Team Champions in this universe. Chris Benoit has won tag team titles on Raw and SmackDown, looking to do it on ECW. Only one man has done that in the history of this universe, and that is someone who isn't around anymore, the Animal Batista. Irish whipped into the corner there. Is Ciampa into his own corner as well. Benoit getting optimistic. Backfired on him. Ciampa from the top with the Hurricanrana. Now that was very well done by Tommaso Ciampa. Oh, this is looking bad for Benoit. Lifted him up like a suplex GTS almost. That knee caught him right in the face, and we saw this 2 weeks ago. Will they be able to utilize it properly this time? Gargano and Ciampa, knee, and a super kick. And the cover for good measure. Oh, we've got all sorts of shenanigans going on right now. Well, Ciampa somewhat screwed over his tag team partner there. He bulldogged Malenko into the path of the pinfall. Look at that. Counter by Gargano now. Fisherman suplex counted into a small package. Will it work? It won't. But Gargano flips him back. His foot's on the rope though. That's not giving him an advantage. Cover back by Benoit. And finally, we have a break there, and oh, here we go. Sharpshooter by Benoit. He's got a stitched in here in the middle of the ring. Look at how quickly Gargano gets out of that one and sends Chris Benoit backwards. And Gargano now sends him into the corner. We're going to get it. We're going to flip it around here. Both men in position. The super kick and the knee. The drive into Chris Benoit. There goes Malenko. There's the cover. And no, he kicks out at 2. Almost a worst case scenario right now. Oh, there's the crossface. There's the crossface on Ciampa. Oh, I bet he didn't expect that one. Ciampa trying to crawl. He's got so far to go. Gargano, can he get in? Can he make the save? Oh, he's there, but oh, Ciampa broken in his own right, I think. And Ciampa now rolls up Benoit. What an amazing sequence this has been. 2 tag team finishers though. And D.I.Y were unable to get the job done, and now Benoit is going to have to make the tag out to Malenko. But Malenko's busted open. Flying shoulder tackle. And Dean Malenko flies in with authority there onto Tommaso Ciampa. But Ciampa quick to reverse. Spins around Malenko, now focusing right on that open wound. Should they hit the third super kick and knee in the back combo, or knee in the back of the head even, I would imagine Malenko will be done for. Back suplex, great reversal there by Ciampa. Double knee face buster. Capitalizing right on the open wound there, and here we go. We've seen this before from Ciampa as well. Rolls in the Alabama slam, only to slam him down with the I suppose slamming him down with the back of the head. Ciampa going to go for the cover here after it, but Malenko still kicks out. Gargano rushed into the ring there. Sent Benoit to the outside and also kind of stunned Ciampa temporarily to try and help out his partner. Malenko up to his feet here, and you can tell how exhausted he is. Look at the energy he's having to exert just to put Tommaso Ciampa in the tree of woe. Not too sure how much you can benefit from that, but Malenko probably knows about 50 ways he can capitalize from the tree of woe. Malenko now calling Ciampa up to his feet. Will he be able to connect with anything here? He's going to fly. He's going to miss. Ciampa went for an Irish whip there, but Malenko countered it. Sends him into the turnbuckle and sends him into a German suplex. What a back and forth, fast-paced tag match this has been. Benoit tagged back in here. Malenko could be done for. I mean, he isn't bleeding too hard, and Ciampa hit him with a lot of moves as well, focused on the open wound. Ciampa counters here. Oh no. Oh, this is bad for Benoit. He could be done now. A third one from D.I.Y. Here comes the combo. Good night, Benoit. If you ask me, this one is finally over. Cover on Benoit with 2 and 3. D.I.Y. are the #1 contenders for the tag team titles. There we go. Thank you very much. D.I.Y. will face the Wyatt family next week for the chance to become ECW Tag Team Champions. What a fast-paced match that was. And boy, oh boy, did Benoit show why he is such a, well, a rabid Wolverine, for lack of a better term. Why that is the case for his name. He gave it his absolute all in that one, just to get victory. But it did not pan out the way he wanted it to. D.I.Y, the #1 contenders, and now they face the Wyatt family next week. But what shape will they be in? Will they feel the effect of this match? Well, we'll have to find out a week from now. But, there we go. Congrats to D.I.Y. Well done on the win, and now we're going to move on now to our next contest. Cruiserweight action. Akira Tozawa, for the first time in a while we've seen that man as well. We'll go 1-on-1 against Neville. Well, after that high-octane tag team match, we've now got to focus on a high-octane cruiserweight match. We get no breaks around here. Here comes Akira Tozawa for the first time in a while. Welcome back, Tozawa, to ECW as well. And a great opportunity welcomes him here tonight as well. The opportunity to face that man right there, the Cruiserweight Champion, who doesn't look best pleased in waiting. Doesn't look best pleased in sitting in line and allowing Tozawa to make his way out here. Oh, from behind with the title. Neville just flattened him. Slammed into him with the belt there, and the referee powerless to stop that one. Neville absolutely destroyed him with the belt there. Is the referee going to call a start to this match? No, he's ruling this one out. He's saying this one isn't going to happen because of the belt shot. I guess Akira Tozawa may win by disqualification here, but Neville wants nothing to do with Tozawa. Trying to flatten him here. He is trying to put Tozawa back on the injured list. Shining Wizard in the back of the head there, and Neville is deeply enjoying what he's doing right now. Stomping away on Tozawa. And Neville already, he removed Tozawa without even trying, essentially, and he's voicing his complaints, and he's voicing them at me. He's complaining at me for not doing a good enough job, for not guaranteeing him a match at SummerSlam. How come when Neville's the Cruiserweight Champion, SummerSlam doesn't get a 6-man ladder match? Okay, that's fair. And what else Neville doesn't take too kindly to is not even finding a #1 contender right now. He believes there's no feasible challenger for him. Not Trevor Lee, not Tony Nese, not Tozawa, not even Suicide. No one, he believes, is even going to come close to touching Neville and that Cruiserweight Championship. He runs this division, he runs this place, and people will learn that this is without a doubt the king of the Cruiserweights. And if he has anything to say about it, before long, the king of ECW. Well, if Neville wants to be displeased at me, if Neville wants to voice his frustrations, let him. So be it. I mean, this is ECW. Everyone's allowed a voice around here, and maybe it is my bad for not focusing enough on Neville. But you know what? Neville, when Diamond Dallas Page is gone next week, when he is rid of Once and For All, and when Seth Rollins is ECW champion, don't worry. I will promise to put focus on you and the Cruiserweight Championship division. The only reason I couldn't guarantee a Cruiserweight title match was because of this 3 stages of hell. But I see where Neville's coming from. I see his frustrations, and don't worry. We'll sort it all out soon. But as for right now, we've got a main event to deal with. We have got this match right here to deal with Aleister Black and Seth Rollins. Oh boy, what a match we've got for us right here, right now. This one I am completely behind, and I know, I'm a genius. I am the smartest general manager out there giving a match like this. And unlike Raw, I won't have a alleged main event and then have a run-in cause just to try and sabotage the World Heavyweight Champion heading into SummerSlam. No, I'll actually give you the main event you all want to see. I will give you two incredibly talented wrestlers going at each other's throats here tonight in the main event. Because I am a general manager that gives the people what they want, not takes away what the people need. I am taking away what no one needs at SummerSlam, when Diamond Dallas Page is finally rid of, and he is rid of once and for all by this man. The man who will become the first ever three-time ECW champion, and the man who will redesign, rebuild, and reclaim ECW. And after SummerSlam, I will no longer have to say is going to. It will be the man who is finally going to get the chance to do all of that. Seth Rollins heads towards the ring here tonight. No timer needed for this one. There's no need for the timer in the corner. There's no need to talk about how this will take a certain amount of time. Because this matchup, all Seth Rollins has to do is win. And Aleister Black is staring him right down here, and look at him. This is the mind games of Aleister Black. He sits in the ring and he's waiting for Rollins. And this one, your main event is underway. Aleister Black, who of course will challenge for the television championship at SummerSlam against Dean Ambrose. Imagine if he beat Seth Rollins here tonight. It'd be a huge win for Aleister Black. And then if he went on to win that television championship this Sunday as well, it would only add to the speculation that Aleister Black could put himself in contention for that television championship. A belt that, of course, Seth Rollins has previously held as well. And if memory serves me correct, could well be the longest reigning ECW television champion we've ever had. I'd have to double check myself on that one, but I know he's definitely up there. Some 4 months he held that title before losing it at SummerSlam last year in a steel cage matchup. Rollins, though, needn't worry about that. His record at SummerSlam currently stands at, I believe, 2-1. So all is well for Seth Rollins. And when he headed into SummerSlam as the ECW champion 2 years ago, he walked out of SummerSlam the ECW champion as well. So all should be well in that aspect. Focusing back on this matchup right now, Uranagi there by Aleister Black, a member of the Wyatt family, who of course had to take some time away after Heatwave to pay for his sins, to I don't know the correct term I'm looking for here, to repay Bray Wyatt for failing to defeat failing to defeat Samoa Joe at Heatwave. To come back, he's on a real mean streak, and he's looking, of course, to take that ECW Television Championship away from Dean Ambrose. Ambrose, of course, as I said, not a clue where he is. Probably in his mental asylum, wherever he lives, recovering. Ahead of SummerSlam, it was a bad blow that Dean Ambrose had handed to him by Braun Strowman last week, and of course that is the same bad blow that Diamond Dallas Page had to contend with. Ref, if you'd like to get out of the way. Aleister Black there hiding behind the referee so he wouldn't take that knee. That was smart there, for a little bit underhanded. Definitely smart though. Black now trying to gain an advantage here, puts Rollins up on the top rope. Quick counter by Rollins. Crossbody is countered. These two men, incredible athletes, and they will know a counter to virtually everything there is. But it is speed against the hard-hitting, kick-based and technical-based offense of Aleister Black as well. Is the greatest wrestler in the world against one of the greatest strikers in the universe. In this universe, I don't mean, in every single planet in the solar system. There could be more that we don't know. Black there got that Dragon Sleeper on, but he was unable to capitalize furthermore after it. In the corner now, Rollins has him right where he wants him. Rollins may hand Black his second loss in this universe. There's a buckle bomb. We all know what could be on its way next. The Curb Stomp, Architect's Annihilation, pick and choose as you may, really, for Seth Rollins. But he is in total control right now of Aleister Black. Oh, I jinxed it. I had to jinx it, didn't I? Oh, God. Black, no. Black, don't. Think of the damage you could do. No, Black. Oh, God. What is he doing? Oh, Aleister Black, are you trying to sabotage his... Oh, who am I kidding? Aleister Black doesn't care what he's doing. He doesn't care about the whole DDP Seth Rollins situation. He only cares about what he needs. He only cares about the Wyatt family. And I think Rollins is busted open as well. Oh, this can't be happening. Not so close. Not so close to SummerSlam. Cover on Rollins here. Try and put him away. There's one. And Rollins has still got way too much fight left in him to be put away. Dropkick countered there by Seth Rollins. And now he's back in control of this one. Back suplex there. That'll send him down. And now Rollins lying in wait. Architect's Annihilation to Aleister Black. The cover here to put him away to get the third fall. No! Black kicked out. Oh, God damn it. Well, these two men, I think, are both busted open. They're both feeling the heat, the pain of war, really. And what a war this has been already. Suplex on its way. Brainbuster even. Nails it. Rollins in yet more trouble. But he's still out just as early as before. That is why this is your future 3-time ECW champion. That is why this is the savior of ECW. And that is why we owe this man so much. And why we will be thanking this man after SummerSlam. Knee in the face there, one of Rollins' signature maneuvers. Countered by Rollins, and he plants Black down there. Rollins now going to look to capitalize here, and he might go for it himself. Aleister Black in trouble, and he's caught with the knee and sent down. Rollins here, can he close out on victory? Frog splash, and he doesn't connect. Misses the target. But Aleister Black is unable to capitalize. These two men are giving it their all right now. Very entertaining main event thus far, with really no easy way to tell who's in control either. Black with Rollins up on the top rope here. Superplex. Oh no, it's Rollins with a last minute reversal there. Sends him down to the mat. And Rollins could find an opening here, calling Black up to his feet. He nails the crossbody. Now how will Seth Rollins look to capitalize? I think I know how. I think I know how he's going to be able to pull this one off. Here comes the combination of moves that I think will put away Diamond Dallas Page at SummerSlam to make it 2-0, to get rid of him, and to guarantee Rollins' third ECW title. Superplex. Rolls through. Into the Falcon Arrow. Rollins, though, not going to go for the rest. He's going to go right into the cover here on Black, who still kicks out. Rollins now. Desperation sinking in maybe for Seth Rollins. What more can he do here to put this match to rest? Look at this match here continuing on. Both men now flying fists away at one another. They're giving it their all here. Aleister Black feeling it. And there's Dean Ambrose. Where the hell did the lunatic fridge come from? Dean Ambrose blasting Aleister Black with the clothesline, and the ref's calling for the bell. Dean Ambrose just cost Seth Rollins this match. But as Rollins retreats away here in frustration, as Rollins realizes that he isn't going to get the third and final fall, we have got a brawl going on in the ring between Ambrose and Aleister Black. These two men who will meet this Sunday are going to get to it a little bit early, going to get to it a bit ahead of time. And Dean Ambrose right now is taking it to Aleister Black. He wasn't even meant to be here tonight. He isn't anywhere near 100%, but as Ambrose has said in the past weeks, you do not start with a fight with a lunatic and expect to win it. Ambrose now with dirty deeds plants down Aleister Black. Will that be the fate of this Sunday? Oh, he may well have got rid of one problem, but he's still got another one to deal with. Rollins, not best pleased about Dean Ambrose getting involved in handing the disqualification victory to Aleister Black. Architect's annihilation to Dean Ambrose, and look at the blood. Look at the blood already dripping down the face of Ambrose. Rollins has really taken his frustration out here on the lunatic fringe. Curb stomp now, and that should seal the fate of Dean Ambrose, and that should tell him not to mess, not to get in the way of Seth Rollins. And while it may be Rollins' theme playing at the end of this all, and while it may be Rollins to an extent celebrating, he is only celebrating the fact that he has left Dean Ambrose down on the match here. In hindsight, there is nothing for Seth Rollins to truly celebrate. While DDP may not get to decide the third fall, neither does Seth Rollins. And at the end of the day, that just leaves a boatload of problems for Rollins, but I've got a way around it. I'm a forward-thinking general manager. I'm not really. I'm panic thinking right now. Seeing as Rollins doesn't get the choice, and seeing as we have no time to decide one for next week or whatever, because SummerSlam is literally days away, I will leave the choice down to you. Down to each and every one of you. Which match should be the deciding, if needs be, which it won't be, third and final fall for this 3 stages of hell? We've got a singles match, we've got a falls count anyway, and there's one match we need to decide it all, to finish the deal, to end it off for good. But what match will it be? That is your choice to decide, and I will leave that up to you. Do not let myself down, do not let Seth Rollins down. We won't need the third match, but at least it's there. That's going to end this episode, Universe. What a terrible way to end it. Thanks, Dean Ambrose. You very nearly put ECW in jeopardy. I'll end this episode of Universe Mode. Thank you for watching. Take care, guys. And ta-ra.